It was just a normal day for Lana playing with Charles outside of the loud house. But after a few minutes, Charles got distracted by a squirrel and ran after it. Lana chased him and followed him out of the neighborhood. She felt a little scared going far away from home alone. She chased Charles into an unknown location in Royal Woods. Lana realized she didn't recognize the area and continued to chase Charles. Charles chased the squirrel into an abandoned shopping building. Lana followed Charles into the abandoned building through a little entrance big enough for a small animal like a dog or cat. Once she got through, she looked around and realized it was abandoned. She didn't at first because she was focused on Charles more than the building. She took a look around at the inside and noticed it was dead quiet apart from Charles barking. Soon the squirrel hid under a shelf that Charles couldn't reach under. Lana walked up behind Charles and calmed him down. Then she started walking towards the small entrance with Charles following her, but stopped because she heard footsteps behind her. She quickly turned to see nothing. She told Charles to wait out for her outside while she goes to investigate. Charles did what Lana told him to do. Lana knew that the footsteps were probably just in her head, but this was an abandoned building. Someone could be exploring it. Lana just wanted to make sure. She walked around the building, looking at every aisle. She didn't find anything, but heard some footsteps behind her. She turned around, and nothing was there. She could hear the footsteps coming from an aisle she already checked. She walked down towards the aisle and peered down it. Nothing. She heard footsteps again, at this time from another aisle she checked. She headed towards it and looked down the aisle. Nothing again. Lana groaned. She didn't want to do this. She heard the footsteps once more, down a couple aisles, and this time, instead of walking, she ran down to the aisle. But as she looked down it, nothing once more. She began to think it was all in her head until she heard some footsteps behind her coming closer. The footsteps stepped, and Lana could feel ice-cold breath on her. She froze in fear and turned around slowly. She looked to see a reddish-black figure with bloodshot eyes. It had a small, eerie smile, and its nose looked like it was removed. Lana lost her balance and fell onto the floor. She quickly got up, turned around, and ran for the exit. She didn't know what the heck that thing was or what it was going to do to her. Once she made it to the entrance, the figure appeared again. She stopped in front of it. She was freaked out and breathed heavily. The figure moved its head so its eyes looked into hers. Then it spoke. "You shouldn't have come here, little girl." And the worst part is, it didn't even move its mouth. Lana decided to make a run for it. As she did, the figure grabbed her foot. Just when she was about to leave, it pulled her closer to itself. Lana kicked it in the eye, and it let go. Lana stood up and escaped from the building. Charles came to her side to see if she was okay. "I'm fine, Charles. Let's get out of here and go home," she told him. Her and Charles ran back to the loud house. It took a bit to get there because the abandoned building was kind of far away. But after they made it, they didn't tell anyone that happened. Not even when it was in that building. It would just haunt Lana for the rest of her life. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!